Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled, Look. My source, RT.com, and this article is entitled, Like Being in Prison, the Grim Reality of What You Can Expect from a Stay in Hotel Quarantine. This article was published on the 28th of January 2021, and it states, Britain is the latest country to introduce quarantine periods in hotels for those arriving from abroad. RT spoke to 4 people currently isolating in hotel rooms around the world to find out the challenges they're facing. Boris Johnson has confirmed that hotel quarantining will begin in the UK from Monday. Anyone, including British citizens traveling from 30 red list countries, will be transported from the airport they arrive at and expected to stay under supervision for up to 10 days. A host of other governments implemented the policy many months ago to try to stop the spread of fill in the blank, and now it seems more could follow suit as the virus continues to proliferate and more variants are discovered. The results would be that in the short term, at least, foreign travel will become extremely expensive, time-consuming, and unappealing. These are the goals. This is the reason why they're doing this. But if you do decide to take the plunge, what can you expect if you have to quarantine? RT spoke to 3 people who have endured the experience to find out what it's like being cooped up in a hotel room all day, every day. British architect Charlie is on the final day of a 14-day quarantine in Taiwan and compares the experience to being in prison. He asks for his full name not to be used, as some people have received death threats for speaking out about conditions inside the Asian country, which has generally been lauded for the way it has handled the health crisis. Charlie lives in Taiwan and flew back to the UK to be with his family for Christmas, as he hadn't seen them for over a year. On his return, along with his wife, he was assigned a hotel for free. The rules have since changed, and arrivals are charged around £50 per day. He said, "We arrived at the airport in Taipei and were shepherded off to fill in some forms, then informed that we would be being transported by bus to a city roughly 1.5 hours away in the central region of the country. There were 7 of us in total. We actually got lucky that we are staying in a hotel. Some other arrivals got taken to unused military camps, and the state of those is a bit depressing." Charlie has heard from some in the camps and then complained of it being extremely cold at night. There are no heaters in their rooms, and they have only been issued with thin blankets. Even though his conditions have been luxurious in comparison, Charlie has been unable to get any fresh air for the duration of his stay. His windows don't open, and the balcony in his room is inaccessible as the authorities have jammed the door shut. He continued, "No amount of negotiation will persuade them to open it. I spent a couple of hours trying to pick the lock so I could get some fresh air, but that was a bit too ambitious. The rest of my time has been spent playing Football Manager. The best thing anyone can do, though, is to stick to a routine and avoid lying in bed all day. I quickly learned how important it was to get up at breakfast time and stay up all day until an arbitrary bedtime. I use 10 p.m. even though I'm sat at a desk all day with a sore neck and back from a rigid chair. At least I can sleep okay at night." Adding to his frustration, the food has been a massive disappointment. Okay, there is little variety, and the Taiwanese Center for Disease Control has banned any deliveries, so Charlie is unable to order his own meals. He said it seems as though they have started to penny pinch as lunch and dinner are what is called a lunch box. It's a portionate box with rice, a type of meat, some vegetables, and then some random unknown terrifying looking foods. It's incredibly oily. You get this twice a day, every day. I can't eat rice, so they substitute the rice for a pot noodle. Charlie admits to finding the process grueling, but adds, I wouldn't say I feel depressed. I'm fortunate in that my wife is also quarantined here as well in a separate room, and we can video call. So you are sharing the terrible experience with someone else. I would be really concerned for anyone doing quarantine like this on their own, though. No one on the outside knows quite what it is like. No one on the outside knows quite what it is like. I certainly didn't. As you can see, pictures of so-called food. And now he's experienced the process firsthand. Charlie is adamant that he will never undergo it again. He stressed, not a chance. I won't be flying anywhere until there is no chance of quarantine. Okay, now remember, the article states a reality of what you can expect from a stay in hotel quarantine, right? Now, the goal is what? The results will be that in the short term, at least, foreign travel will become extremely expensive, time consuming, and unappealing. They don't want you traveling, okay? And this is part of the Great Reset. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, referring to the nobility of Edom, and ye that dwell in them. They control this rulership. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, of the sea. Also, you lesser Edomites, your own people, okay, will come down upon you too, because they don't give a damn about y'all either. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, all right? Lesser Edomites, these other nations, okay, and the non-elect of Israel. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he have but a short time. A short time to do what? Let's get Job 5:12. He disappoint the devices of the crafty. The he referring to Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. A device of the crafty is what? There you have it. There you have it. Okay. And within this objective, or within this device, which is to assist with attaining the New World Order, they want to do what? To make foreign travel extremely expensive, time consuming, and unappealing. Okay. Back into the scripture. He disappoint the devices of the crafty, the nobility of Edom that controls this entire system. All right. The he is referring to Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, so that their hands, meaning their might, cannot perform their enterprise. Enterprise is referring to the New World Order. And the nobility of Edom understands what? Revelation 12:12. They understand that they have a short time to attain this agenda. All right. Let's get this one. Second Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Satan, referring to the nobility of Edom, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And like I stated before, A device is what? The Maxine, the Crown Royal 19, okay? And they want to stop people from traveling, period. Okay? And it's beginning at an international level, and then it's going to trickle down to domestic places as well. Last precept, Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. The serpent now is what? Modern day Edom, beginning with the nobility of Edom. And we see how intelligent, okay, the nobility of Edom is. Okay, they have literally manipulated the whole world to believe that they're sick without being sick. And they're using this crafty device to attain the New World Order. And within this objective, they also want to do what? Stop international traveling at this time frame. Lord, will you edify? Shalom.